Shoes.
Hey guys, welcome back to
Shoes.
Today we're going to be looking at the sequel, what I discussed in the previous video, which is not the V1 700 but the Adidas Boost 700 V2 in the Tephra colorway. This was one of the 4 shoes that dropped 2 days ago on the Confirmed app, and I was able to get 2 of them. Wasn't able to get the other 2 because they were either out of stock or the payment just wasn't going through. Something was wrong, the app just bugged out and it wasn't letting me buy the other 2 shoes, even though they were available there to buy. But thankfully was able to get 2 700s. Never, like I said in the previous video, my first 700 was the utility black. I mean, they kind of came at the same time, so I guess they're both like twins. It's like when you give birth and you got twins, so you get 2 things that you really love. So we looked into the 700 V1. It's really hard to say V, and now we're gonna look at the V2. So yeah, this is the Tephra colorway. Without further ado, let's look into the box of the shoe. And one thing that is noticeable, I don't know if you can't really tell on the camera, but the box of the V2 700 is slightly bigger. Actually, it's this much bigger than the V1 box, and actually no, that's too big. It is bigger, and it comes in a way bigger box, a way bigger Adidas cardboard box. So I don't know why it is. The shoes roughly look the same size in person. I don't know why it needs a big box, but maybe there's something that I just couldn't tell with the bulkiness of the shoe, which is why they give them separate boxes. But yeah, so you got the classic. I mean, I think you can actually tell that this one's bigger than the other one because like my face wasn't really being covered by all of it last time. So classic 700 over here, Yeezy cardboard box. You got the Boost slapped over here because that's what we got in this V2 version. It's not the ones which got not Ortholite, but they've got a it's not Ortholite, but it's like something that they have at the bottom is blue, but it's not Boost. I forgot what the material is, but it's not this. This one's got Boost in it. And then over here you got made by Adidas, Yeezy Boost 700, Adidas at the bottom over there. And here you got the usual sizing. So this is again in my size, a UK 9.5 or a US 10. Nothing too shabby here, and because this shoe came out I think almost 2 years ago, you ain't got the RFID stuff which you normally get. You normally get an indication of it over here, and you have a tag. And nowadays most of the Yeezys or all the Yeezys come with a recyclable kind of brown tag, but you don't get that with these. It's straight up environmental damage plastic over here. One change from the box to the 700 V1 is that it, instead of there being a kind of cardboard thing here that you kind of like pushed and took it out, there's nothing here. It's just a gap where you just pull it out, which is way easier to take stuff out. It just cuts out the middleman. So here we have the here we have the packaging material that you have that's covering the shoes, and it is slightly different. Like the material they used in the V2 boxes is slightly different to the one in the V1 boxes. The V1 boxes, it was like you can slide your hands through it. It was quite smooth. This one, you can slide your fingers through it, but it's a bit rough. I don't know if y'all into that, but if you're into your packaging papers, that's what it is. I didn't sniff the other one, but these smell pretty similar. Let me take one of these bad boys out to show y'all. Alright, here we have it. The Adidas Yeezy 700, or the Adidas Yeezy Boost 700 V2 in the Tephra colorway. Whew! Very nice shoe. The 700 honestly is a really nice silhouette. I never had them to this day because they were really overpriced and they always sold out. It was hard to get the sizes, but back when these dropped 2 years ago, this was also a kind of like a brick. It wasn't as much of a brick as the utility black, but it still was just it wasn't the one. It wasn't like crazy hyped. It was hyped but not crazy hyped. But honestly, the V1s, the V2s, really clean shoes. Honestly, the first impression, very nice. And of course the silhouette is still the 700, but there's some noticeable differences. Some things that stayed the same is what has stayed the same. You've got the eyelids over here, they basically stayed the same, and I think that's about it. Like the construct is the shape is pretty much the same, but the material, but how the materials have been used is a bit different. So the suede is you have different kinds of suede. So basically, at the front of the shoe, in terms of the material, now we're looking at the materials. The front suede is very similar to the V1 suede, which is kind of like a rough kind of, you can tell it's rough, but it's really nice quality suede, smooth to the touch, soft to the touch, very nice material. And you have the same kind of suede over here, but when it differs a little bit, I don't know if this is because of maybe I'm not seeing it, but like this suede is way less rougher than what you have in the other one. It's way more smoother, way more gentle than the rough suede that you got at the top. So you have a distinction in suedes, whereas in the previous V1 it was just one kind of type of suede that was all through the shoe, kind of made it look like a little fuzzy little bunny. But here you got the fuzzy stuff at the top, and you got a little bit of fuzzy gray suede at the back. But a lot of the side panels, like the side of the shoe, is a smooth leather on a smooth suede on this side, and a smooth suede on this side. And because this is not an all black shoe, this is using a silver, cream, gray, a bunch of other like light tones, earthy light tones. The leather used here is a bit different, and it kind of stands out. Looks really, really nice. Is this? Hold up, this ain't even leather. So in the V1s, the tongue and the around the laces, it was all leather, but now they've replaced it with this nice cream suede, and you do have the only accents of leather that I can tell is right here next to the laces. And of course on the holding laces you got leather over there, but besides that, they've gone for more suede on this shoe than they had in the previous one, even though it may not look like it initially, but just because you got the rough suede at the top, you got the soft kind of smooth suede at the back, and you got this suede that doesn't even, honestly, this I thought was leather, but it's not leather, it's literally suede. So I'm very shook by that, very, very shook. Laces, good quality, like not flat laces, but good quality, kind of like a little bit chunky cream laces. Damn, I forgot to talk about the laces in the previous shoe, the V2, but the V1, but the laces are basically the same. They haven't really changed much in terms of that. And another big difference was on this side, before you just had the mesh that had the 3 straps going through it. If you shine 3M, the 3 straps would show up. So there is 3M here. I think the 3M is present on these 2 sides, and I think there's also some 3M in the laces. I don't know if this kind of shines. Let me just take a quick picture with this and see if it shines. This is great use of the. Okay, no. So this doesn't shine. Oh, the only thing that was flashing is this part and some parts of here. But these stripes don't shine like what you got in the V1s. But that's not a problem. As long as you got some 3M. 3M is always cool. It's always nice to have. And the midsole is nice and gray. It's got a few different constructs instead of just one big construct. You got different kind of shades of gray. You've got a mixture of light gray and dark gray at the kind of top here, and at the bottom you have a gum outsole, but this gum outsole is lighter than the gum outsole that you got in the 700 V1s. And of course, gum outsoles are very, very nice. They make a shoe pop out. Very good to have. It's good for contrast, and it's in general it's a nice clean look if it's done right. So again, you have not like a herringbone, but kind of like a wavy, like a pyramid wavy kind of pattern on the outsole, and you got the Adidas logo over here, and of course you're blessed with a bunch of boost that's chunking up the bottom of the shoe, so you know you're going to get that comfort. In terms of the tongue, you have the same kind of cushiony material, and before in the V1s you had the sizing stuff on the side. Here you have it over here. So this bad boy is made in India, and it's got the whole Adidas stuff in here. And one more thing of difference, Jesus, is this one. It says not only does it say Adidas, it says Yeezy, but it also, it says Ortholite. So I think Ortholite is the sole that they're using, and it feels quite sturdy. It feels quite nice. So like I guess it's just there for added comfort, protection, all that good stuff. So honestly, really, really clean shoe. It's I have a hard time picking out which one is the best out of all of them. Oh, I forgot to talk about the mesh in this is different. So in the V1s, the mesh around the shoe is a bit more cushiony, but this mesh is cushiony around the heels in here. But on this side, it's kind of got like a it low-key looks like, I don't know if you've had that if you wear like a metal kind of fabric, like a metallic fabric kind of vibe. I don't know how to explain it, but like a metallic fabric kind of vibe. But it's mesh, and it's, even though you can't see the holes, I think the way it's constructed is it provides a lot of breathability because it is a chunky shoe. I think this shoe is a bit just slightly heavier than the V1s. Maybe that, and that was the reason for the bigger box. The density doesn't really explain it, but I guess maybe bigger boxes means that it's not going to break or all that jazz. So really nice, really clean shoe. I'm having a hard time finding out which one I dig more, because there's some stuff in this shoe that I like, and there's some stuff in the other shoe that I really like. I really like that they've gone with the suede here. It honestly looks really premium. The cream usage of it. I wasn't able to get the V3 creams, although they were actually they were really nice, really clean shoe. Okay. Out of those two, out of these and the utility black that I did in the last video, I think the utility black takes the edge just a little bit, just because of that classic 700 V1 silhouette. But this is honestly not that close fight. I gave that a 9 out of 10. I give this an 8.95 out of 10 because of the quality of the material. It looks nice, smells great. Smells like whenever you get a new shoe. A lot of the Nike shoes these days, they don't have that. They have a new shoe smell, but it smells a bit more like a factory. Like you're getting in, like you're smelling into the poor work conditions that the workers are going through to make these shoes. But in here, it smells like a nice little shoe shop. Hopefully not many workers got distressed during the making of the shoe. And yeah, over here you've got the tags. Classic tags here, just telling the information with you, all that jazz. Again, no RFID tags on these, and they're plastic because this was a restock of a shoe that came out almost 2+ years ago when things were a bit more simpler. So yeah, a solid 8.95 out of 10. Let me know, guys, if you guys like the shoe, if you dig the V1 silhouette over the V2 silhouette. Honestly, both shoes very clean, very nice. They did a great job with these. I think the reason why these were sitting for a while was because I think the 700s, beside the wave runners, weren't really that in, but as time went on and fashion evolved, these became more hip, and definitely, again, I would recommend downloading Confirmed and the Adidas app for shock restocks, because honestly I did not expect these to drop at all. Keep your notifications on so you know when a drop is coming. And like I said, I wasn't the highest reward level, so even if you're at the lower reward levels, you might be able to get access to this as well. This isn't one of the Yeezys that's going to restock. You got the Wave Runners restocking, and you got the Belugas. You got a bunch of Yeezys that are restocking in the coming months, but just keep an eye out for maybe some shock drops. Resale on these is a bit more pricier than the V1 utility blacks, but not by too much, just a 10-20 pounds more. So if you want to pay resale and you really like the shoe, definitely, you know, if you want that, go for it. But do have the apps ready just in case they might do a shock restock at some given point. But yeah, very nice shoe. Let me know if you guys dig it, if you hate it, you know, what are your thoughts? And thank you again for watching the video. And hope you all having an amazing and great day, and I'll see y'all in the next one. And peace. Let's go.